Captain Ibrahim Traore, President of Burkina Faso, presided on August 2, 2024, the launch of the activities of the Treasury Deposit Bank. The Treasury Deposit Bank is a public financial institution. Its users will include, among others, public institutions, state companies, projects and programs, private companies, and NGOs. Its mission is to ensure the banking function of the public treasury of Burkina Faso for the benefit of the Burkinabe. I am happy and proud of this decisive step that our country is preparing to take to provide Burkina Faso such a beautiful instrument called the Treasury Deposit Bank, including materialized operations. The solemn commitment made by the transition government to reform our economic and financial governance so that it embodies the aspiration of the well-being of our people, determined to free themselves from retrograde mechanisms and methods which confine them to underdevelopment and financial assistance. It is therefore a Burkina Faso on a road to economic and financial independence, which affirms and assumes its sovereignty by adding this August 2nd, 2024, another string to his bow through the official opening of the Treasury Deposit Bank. The new Burkina Faso that we call for with all our hearts, and for which every citizen must contribute his stones for his edification, command us a revolution in our practice and usage in order to consolidate the radiant march started by our country. Our country in progress and permanent quest of effectiveness and efficiency opted for centralization in real time of a single account of the Treasury in order to enable to make forecasts of expenditure and financing in the medium and long term, and to optimize the management of the state treasury. To all of you who came to witness this new adventure that our country is preparing for life, I would like to tell you all, I am proud to see you so mobilized, which demonstrates the desire of each of us to work for the success of this new bank. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, one of the main missions assigned to the Ministry of Economy and Finance through the general management of the Treasury and public account, and to ensure effective management of the Treasury, to meet the engagement of the state. What is inevitably the centralization of public funds, the mobilization of resources on the financial market, and the placement of Treasury surplus. This mission of centralization of public resources is based on the provision of organic law relating to the laws of finance, which specifies that exemption of all the public bodies, other than the states, are required to file to the public treasury all their availability. That is what justifies the exercise of the banking functions conferred on the treasury. Also, in its role of public bank structure, the Treasury is responsible for centralizing and manage through a unique treasury account the resources of the state, local authorities, and public bodies. Honorable invitees, ladies and gentlemen, regarding the management of the Treasury, including banking functions and integral part, I was able to note with satisfaction that significant results have been achieved because the public treasury managed to reach in the face of essential commitments of the states. I take this opportunity of this platform to encourage and invite all actors of the department in charge of economic and finance to continue their mobilization and their commitment. However, if we rejoice today from these results, it is appropriate not to lose sight of the fact that many challenges remain in light of the national and international context, marked by multi-dimensional crises and in perpetual evolution. If the deposits of public funds in Treasury is a legal obligation that governs the management of public finance for public structures, the lack of adequate services for the management of said public treasury deposit has always been mentioned to bypass the regulation and file in other institutions other than the public treasury. It will be almost impossible to accept now that certain public structures in particular projects and programs and some administrative services continue to have large bank deposits. Meanwhile, the Treasury is resorting to borrowing and sometimes at expensive rates. This is what is imperative and realistic, which guided the transitional government in the search for effective solution to deficiency related to the exercise of the banking function in order to be able to provide services that comply with the banking standards and norms. It is what justifies the reform which led to the creation of the Treasury Deposit Bank, which will allow the public treasury to better play its role, namely optimal management, use of public resources. This bank should be a source of pride for the Burkinabe people because it will continue to strengthen the financial independence of the country, guaranteeing sustainable economic development. So I encourage the population to make this bank their property and to profit from the products and alternative services that it will offer. I invite especially those responsible for state-owned companies, public establishments, the projects and program of the state to take over the bank and make it their bank. In effect, the public treasury is today one of the services most decentralized. The Treasury Deposit Bank, based on the vast network, will come in to complement the banking and financial sector in order to provide banking services where it does not exist and in the areas not covered by banks and microfinance institutions. I welcome the relevance of the bank slogan, the Treasury Deposit Bank, the Bank of Burkinabe, because this slogan expresses our national pride and our patriotism that awakens each of us the feeling of audacity, of imagination, of commitment, of bravery, heroism, and determination for this country that we must serve with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. Honorable invitees, ladies and gentlemen, on this, I officially declare open the activities of the Treasury Deposit Bank. Thank you. Africa, wake up. Africa, rise up. Africa without borders. Africa, continental free trade area. The time is now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.